Hi, friends. So today I wanted to talk about jealousy and see what the scripture says about that. And we've all run to people that are jealous. And a lot of times, if someone is jealous, it could be for anything. It could be for anything. It could be the fact that you have a lot of friends. It could be that because you're kind. It could be because you're likable. It could be because you're into fitness. It could be because your business is more successful than theirs. It could be because you have family. It could literally be the smallest things too. It makes no sense. So we're going to talk about a little bit about jealousy, and we'll see what the scripture says about that. And a lot of times, if there is a person that is jealous, I think it's important for them to fix that, because if you don't fix it, it can become dangerous, and sometimes you can become obsessive of the person. So it's a dangerous emotion. It can get bad if you don't take care of it. So if we look at Solomon 8 verses 6, it says jealousy is cruel as the grave. It's that dangerous that it's describing it as cruel as the grave. And then also, if we look at John 15:25, Jesus said, they hate you without a reason. Sometimes people can hate you even without a reason, even though you've never had a conversation with them, you've never spoke with them, and they just hate you automatically. Automatically. It's like, well, I didn't even do anything. What did I say? I know this one person is more like acquaintances. This person always has something negative to say about me. It's like a friend of a friend. Like today, I had like a facial, so I had like a sun SPF sunscreen on my face because of the facial, and I went out like that because it's just friends, not a big deal. And this person says to me, "Oh, you look different," and I was like, "Well, what do you mean?" They're like, "Well, you look a little different." I was like, "Well, what does that mean?" I mean, I had like a facial. If that's what you mean. They're like, "No, your forehead looks bigger because your hair's like that." I'm like, like the shade. You see, that's the thing about it. Like, when you let external things validate you, like if I let other people validate me, that would hurt my feelings. But external things, other people, they don't validate me. I validate myself, and and the scripture validates me and tells me who I am. Another person does not tell me who I am. They don't define me. So I laughed about it because I thought it was funny, because they were trying to be hurtful and like poke fun, and I laughed, and it didn't work. Even if it was big, say you have like a big forehead, lazy eye, who cares? That's me. Who cares? I'm on here with no makeup because I don't care. It's not about me. I'm a messenger. I don't care. So I just thought it was so funny how if someone's jealous of you, like they'll try to like bring you down or something like that, and it doesn't work because you don't give it to them. You're like, okay. I thought it was funny. That was a fun example. So yeah, it's important for us, if there is someone that is jealous, say someone that gets jealous easily, I think it's important for them to, you have to be able to take care of that. I think the first step for someone that is the person that gets jealous, the first step is awareness. You have to be like, okay, I'm a person that gets jealous. And then you have to ask yourself, what am I jealous of? Am I jealous of their style? Am I jealous of their life? Am I jealous that they have family? Do I feel like they're more successful? Are they more fit? Are they more nicer? What am I jealous of, right? And once you find that out, maybe you can try to have that for yourself. Whatever you desire about them, whatever you envy about them, maybe you can try to get that for yourself. And what I would do if I was a jealous person, I would be friends with them and ask them for advice. Like, say someone is into fitness, and why am I going to be jealous? I would ask them, what's your diet look like? What's your workout routine? Can I follow you? They should inspire you to be like that instead of being envious, right? And I think if you're the person that receives jealousy, I think it's definitely important to be compassionate with them and to still be kind with them and pray for them. What I do is when I experience that someone's jealous, I first try to make them feel comfortable. I try to make them feel comfortable, like, hey, I'm laid back, I'm cool, I don't bother anybody, I'm just a person. And I try to make them feel comfortable, and I try to have conversations with them. But when I notice that they're anger and their hate towards me is increasing, and they're like, oh, she's nice too. When they see that and then they get more and more mad, then that's when you're going to have to just love them from a distance and just pray for them and keep your distance. And another thing I notice is that if you get to the point where you have to keep your distance for your mental health because it's just not working, if you try to keep your distance, the more, like if I try to keep my distance, the more they show up, the more they're around me. I think they can kind of sense like, wait, why is she like distancing herself? They come to you more. They become more obsessed. They keep coming to you. It's like, I just want to live in peace. I just want to stay over here. But for some reason, it attracts them more and they keep coming to you for some reason when you try to keep your distance. But at the end of the day, you still are loving to them. You're still respectful to them and you're being an example. But I would definitely keep my distance if their behavior is getting worse and they just seem like they're not, like if they're not receiving in a loving way, if they're just, because like the scripture said, they hated you. Jesus said they hated you without reason. And if it continues to grow and you're trying to get to know them as a person and it's still not working, you're still trying to love them and be kind and respectful to them, and they're still being hateful, and that's actually making them more mad that you're nice to them, then that's when you have to keep your distance, because at the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself, your mental health, and you have to take care of yourself as well. So I would keep my distance if it comes to that. When we look at Galatians 5 verses 26, it also talks about how we should not envy one another, right? When you envy someone, you get jealous, it can get dangerous. Like you hear a lot of stories about friends. Like there was this one story that I read about, there was a girl, she was a victim, and she was walking in the street or something. It was a big case a couple of years ago. She was walking down the street and some random person, all black, came and threw ass in her face. Just a random person. And this person didn't steal her purse. So they're like, it's not a robbery, because they didn't even take your purse when you're walking down the street. They threw ass in her face. And the person who threw ass in her face had a brown bag and they were wearing all black. And then her friends would come to see her in the hospital, stuff like that. And they noticed one friend that came to the hospital had the same brown bag as the person that was wearing all black. It turned out it was her friend who threw the acid. It was her best friend. Can you imagine how devastating that is, to not only have acid in your face thrown, but it's from someone that you chose to be in your circle, your friend, your best friend, and you didn't even realize that they envied you and they were jealous of you the entire time. It's like you're heartbroken 2 times. It's a nightmare, right? So at some point, you have to be careful. You have to be careful because they can get dangerous and they can become obsessive, right? A lot of times, if someone's jealous, they think like you don't deserve what you have, whatever it is, or whatever they desire. Say anything. So you're doing better with them at the workplace. Say you're doing good at better than them at the school. Say you're more ambitious. And it could be anything. You have family and they don't. It could literally be jealous about anything. It's sometimes the smallest ridiculous thing. Sometimes they can be so jealous they can become obsessive to where it's scary. So that's really scary. I just hope the Lord, continues to give us discernment and we're able, and He exposes those to us so we can protect ourselves, right? And also, if we look at Romans 12:21, it says, do not overcome evil with evil, overcome evil with good. So you still are good to them. Like for me, if I notice if someone's jealous, what I do at first, I try to befriend them. I try to make them feel comfortable, say, hey, I try to be like down to earth and show them like there's nothing to be jealous of. If there's anything that you like that I have, I can show you how to get it, or I can show you how to get there. A lot of times people ask me questions about fitness. I'm big into fitness. And so I'll say, they'll say, oh, I wish I looked like you. I wish I would do this. And they say stuff like that. And I'll say, yeah, I can train you. I can work out with you. I usually charge. I won't charge you. So I try to be helpful in that way. Just whatever you can do. But if I notice that they're still hateful and they still have hate towards me when they look at me like this, then that's when I'm like, okay, I got to distance myself, because I've tried to show them I'm a humble person, I'm a good person. It's not working. So that's when I have to keep my distance, because it can be dangerous. It can be dangerous, right? So yeah, so that's definitely something that definitely for us to work on. A lot of times they might be jealous too, because God has blessed you You're likable. You're easily respected. Like a lot of people like you. They don't like that, or sometimes too, they might copy everything you do, or try to be like you. And then when they realize they can't, maybe they become obsessed with you. So, for the person that's receiving the jealousy, it's important for us to love them still and pray for them, and hopefully ask the Lord to remove that spirit of jealousy out of them, and just pray for them. And if it gets worse, I would just distance myself and love them from a distance. If they approach me, say hi, I'll say hi. But other than that, I would try to keep my distance, right? For yourself. And the person who is the jealous person, they have to have self-awareness and work on themselves and figure out, why am I jealous? For me, I don't get jealous. I get inspired. If I think someone's beautiful, I'm like, oh, I love your hair. What conditioner did you use? What serum did you use to make it shiny? How'd you grow it so long? How'd you do your makeup? What's the brand? I'll ask. I get inspired. If someone is I'm already into fitness, but if someone looks more toned than me, I'll say, oh, what workout are you doing to grow this or to grow this area? So I get inspired. So for me, I don't understand jealousy, but I know it happens. That's the reality. And a lot of times too, it's not just jealousy from female to female and then male to male. Sometimes it's your partner is jealous sometimes too. Like, I don't know how it is for the male, but from a female perspective, sometimes you can be a female and have a male partner that's jealous of you. And even on social media, they look at all your stories. They're quick to look at it in 2.5 seconds, but they never like it. They never comment. It's just weird. I think people that are jealous, to me, I think it's a compliment, because it's like they're they're like your fans. Because for me to be obsess over someone, to always think about them and what are they doing now? Why is she wearing this? And I want to talk about someone all day. That's a fan, isn't it? For me to say, oh, what is Stacy? I don't know Stacy. Well, what is Stacy doing today? Oh, you see her outfit? Oh, and talk behind her back. That's someone that admires them. Why is that? Why are you obsessed with this person? Leave them alone. Leave them alone. So that means they're a fan. So take it as a compliment. That means you're doing something right. So take it as a compliment. I take it as a compliment because that means you're doing something right. If you're not doing anything right and you're not an amazing person, trust me, no one will pay attention. No one will probably pay attention. But if you're getting a lot of hate, that means you're doing something right. Take it as a compliment, right? And that's like celebrities. Celebrities get a lot of hate because they're from the fans. I think one celebrity said that she gets a lot of hate comments on her YouTube about people who say that they hate her, this, but they don't realize they're actually her biggest fan, because when they're typing, leaving comments, the algorithm doesn't know what you're saying unless you're saying keywords. So the YouTube algorithm sees it as, oh, they're interacting. It boosts them up and then it shares it more. So her haters don't realize that they're actually helping her grow. See, they're your fans. So say thank you. Say thank you, right? But seriously, I think if it's jealousy can be very dangerous if we don't take care of it. So we have to make sure that we do take care of that. So also, if we look at Proverbs 14:30, it says, a peaceful mind gives life to the body, but jealousy rots the bone. So this right here is showing you how, if you are a jealous person, how can it affect you internally, right? How can it destroy and affect you eternally? So we have to make sure that we are taking care of those if we're a jealous or envious person. And the first step is awareness. All right, bye friends.